So overall, when you look at it, they dominated the game. The one thing that I think is missing in this game, and I know a number of people will probably look and say, why are you bringing it up? But it becomes evident when you have games where you're looking for a foot soldier, and the foot soldier for any team has to be the fans. And I think if you have fans there, suddenly your team reacts to the pressures of it. They demand more. If you've got 7,000 Rangers fans there watching that, they demand more from their team. They try and lift them. They try and stimulate them. They try and stimulate individuals. That is lost in this fixture. It will be lost in the fixture that's coming up, whether it's at Hampden or whether it's at Ibrox. It is a huge loss to this match. And the longer it goes on, the longer we will have almost a sterile derby match, Ali. And I know some people will say, oh, well, they've suddenly got to 2,500 when it eventually comes back in Game 3. But I think we've killed it off. I think the Rangers board, I think, will be in history. Basically, there'll be a line in the sand where they'll be heavily criticised for killing this fixture. I am not going to go into get involved in an argument on where it all started, because it doesn't matter. The game itself, now tit for tat, has lost an element which I think is utterly special, which is quite simply 7,000 fans roaring your team on away from home. Oh, okay, there's a poisoned element to it, but you need the fans there to create the atmosphere. That's what made this game special.
Yeah, I think it dilutes it entirely. I think, and I always find it very interesting that whenever you speak to any former player of either Celtic or Rangers and former managers, they all criticise the move not to have a mix of supporters in, and they all speak of what it gave in terms of theatre and atmosphere, and we know there is an unsavoury element around it. However, I think it's a different vibe entirely